And then what else? I mean, you know, let's go over my favorites, of course. These are still my favorites. I'm going to be trading these. I like a popped 365. I like the 360s and I like the 355s both. I wouldn't go much more. I wouldn't go any further out than 355 today. Let's look at it up here. So because Netflix, I mean, I really like this. This is my favorite out of all of them. And he pops back to 365. So right now we are, you know, we're back under this 365 level, right? And it's just keeps testing it, the support level that we held up here. So quick pop over that. I even like it here, maybe into the 200 MA, but I'm just going to take 1R RTZ on any strength. I'm going to take it, and then we'll just visit the call side if it happens to find support, and then we'll look at the call side. But I think with the market and the China news, Netflix has a tendency to sell off with the China news. And if this thing can break if it can get down here to 360 and actually crack 360, I think it can get a big move, especially if we get the same thing out of the triple Qs. We got this triple Qs trying to set up here, test this 182.50 area right here, you know, and if it can get through this 182.50 area right in here. So testing this double bottom, building another flag under the 200 MA. If it can test this and pop down, I mean, gosh, we could get a really, really weak day in Netflix. And I think just by the technicals on the chart, you know, even the bulls on Netflix, we're all seeing the same thing, right? We're all seeing this. If it can't hold up here, the 360, it's going to 356. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of trying to hold it up in these odd levels. I think we're going to see a quick wash. If it can't hold 360, we're going to see a quick wash. So I really like the put side of this today. So this is definitely one of my favorites. BABA is definitely a favorite. NVIDIA, and Baba's just looking so weak. I just can't imagine this finding any kind of a bottom before 160 or better. Let's see, NVIDIA, and NVIDIA just so far is just holding up like a boss here. So, I mean, it's just crazy. And, you know, if everything in this market falls apart today, I'll be looking for relative strength on this. So I'm not just going to be buying. I'm going to wait for confirmation on NVIDIA, because if it falls apart, if it breaks this 275, we're going to get some nice downside on this also. I just got a starter on the puts at 275 for NVIDIA. I'm waiting on Netflix. 200 MA on Netflix. Let's see what we got here. We'll get some. Yeah. Wow, what a rip. What's the triple Qs doing here? All right, I got a starter on Netflix puts. Now that's it. That's it for the put side. I'm just sticking to the system, right? I'm covering. So now I've locked in gains on both of these. Now I'm looking for good ads. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for ads. Pop back up in here, 275 area to where I can get some size. Same with Netflix. If we can hit this 360 and then pop back to 362, something like that, I'll get some more size.
All right, so here's how it all turned out. You saw the live action where I took my puts here and I did some covering here, and then I added back and I worked the core all the way down. We got some ads and some covers and some ads all the way down. I ended up getting all out here as it looked like it was going to bounce off this 356, and then I got some more to get back in later when it showed signs of weakness and it could not even stay over this 355 and just kept popping and coming back, and I picked up some more, got back in it. So the 355s ended up going from my first entry at $2.30 to about $9, $9.20 for a 400% gain today overall. Killer trade, just unbelievable what you can do with options. I did pick up the calls here. I did pick up some calls. I got about a half-hour position here on this dip right here. I got a half-hour with a plan to add here, but I didn't trust it, so I never took an ad. So I got about a 0.5R in some calls that are probably going to be worthless, but I ended up with about total of, I don't know, 8, 10R on this and a half-hour loss on the calls. And then depending on how all this Trump tariff news turns out, you know, who knows? The calls could actually be back in the money tomorrow. That's one of the beauties of options. So that's how Netflix paid out. Incredible, incredibly nice. The NVIDIA turned out just as well. I ended up, you saw me take it in the live. I took it here. This right here was a really nice bounce off the 274, really nice in the calls, and I just wasn't prepared for it, really. I thought it was going to fall apart, and so I was just waiting for weakness. I mean, waiting for strength to get short, and I really didn't even have calls loaded, so I completely missed this. Would have been a great trade. But I did get the short side here like you saw me do, and I covered into that weakness. Um, where was it? Anyway, like in the live video, I covered into the weakness, and then I added, and I covered, and then I stopped out on the rest. And now this right here, I didn't take it. I missed this whole thing. I was in the gym during this time, and that's okay because I already locked in my gains. I already locked in my day. There was absolutely nothing that can take away my green day. When I walk away from this desk, there was nothing that could take it away. And I'm up like 10R, 8R on the day. So beautiful day. And that's the way I like to be. That's the position I like to be in every day. That's how I trade. That's how I encourage people to trade with me to trade. You nail it. You lock in your day. You guarantee and you walk. That's how you build confidence. That's how you build an account. And that's how you do this for a living. So anyway, if you wanted to learn how I do it, come check it out. I'll show you. Peace.